thing is from the thing is going. And the rich is got me body spinning 360 degrees. Makes me feel good. Yo, can you tell my homies all the things you make me?
Welcome to the eDiets Live podcast. I'm Rafael Calzadillo, Chief Fitness Pro for eDiets.com.
I'm Pam Offstein, Director of Nutrition for eDiets.com.
And Pam and I have just come off a very exciting, inspiring, motivating, intoxicating weekend. Absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
We had our eDiets Live event.
And it was, it was such a success. I mean, we had close to 200 people that joined us, members. We had our colleagues with us as well. We had some great specialty speakers like Dr. Stephen Pratt. We had Jillian Michaels from The Biggest Loser. Just a fun-filled day of just a lot of motivation, health, nutrition, fitness. And I mean, we know we've been preparing for it for a long time now, so it's almost like our big event is over. You know, I don't even know what to do with myself right now.
I mean, it was just so much fun. We also had a dance company there called Dance Lab, and they're out of South Florida. And they were just so much fun, and they combined all these Latin Caribbean moves, and they got people on stage dancing. And
got the whole crowd
The whole
moving.
crowd was just going wild. It was really, really amazing.
Including us, I think. Hopefully there aren't any clips of that, because I don't really want everybody to see that.
That's true. That's true. Moving the hips.
Yeah.
But we can't forget that Pam and I also did a presentation.
Yes.
We did a presentation on excuses, followed by solutions. Excuses that people make for not working out, for not eating right. And that got a response that we never expected. The emotion, the power of the emotion when we went through the solutions part of it was just, I mean, it blew me away. I never expected it.
It really did. We were preparing this. It was called The Wild World of Excuses. And, we knew what we wanted to convey to the members, and we wanted to get the excuses from them, and we wanted to hear back. And, sometimes you're not sure, how the audience is going to take it or, give back to you. And let me tell you, they surprised us, and they really, really poured their hearts out. They gave us great motivating tips. They gave solutions. I mean, it was really a heart-wrenching thing. I mean, it was unbelievable.
In fact, maybe what we can do to start this podcast is to show some clips
of
that.
We should.
Maybe Charles will put together something and really show the emotion that was elicited during this part of the presentation. It's so moving. Why don't we take a look at that?
What were your excuses?
Well, that guy right there had a lot of excuses. I originally lost 47 pounds with eDiets, and then my world was basically turned upside down. Had a baby, we sold our house, I moved in with my in-laws, which I would not recommend. We went from a 3,000 square foot house to a 10 by 10 jail cell. My wife, my baby, 2 chocolate labs. It was no fun. So, my mother-in-law, full-blooded Italian, she's a wonderful cook, so every night's like going to a fine Italian restaurant, and let me tell you, I could put it down. Pasta, breads, desserts, the whole shooting match. So basically, we lived with them for 2 years, and there's the results. So, we finally got our house built, and a week later, my sister-in-law and her family moves in with us because they just sold their house. So, there we were with my wife, my baby, my daughter, and my sister-in-law, her husband, and their 2 kids. Newborn, may I add. So we had 3 kids, all under 3 years old, living in the house, and it was no fun. All my weight equipment was still in limbo. I didn't have any of my stuff set up. So finally, when they moved out 8 months later...
I'm going to ask you a hard question first. So, why didn't you do something? Why didn't you go for a walk 3 days a week or something? What stopped you?
I don't know. Lack of motivation, just tired of the situation.
All right, good.
Eat.
And then when did the solution? What was the solution? When did the solution? And what was that?
Well, the solution was once everybody was out of the house, all my excuses were over with. It was all right. You can't blame them. You can't blame this. You just got to get your butt in gear and do it again. So I started back January 1st of last year, and with 3 months, last March, I had lost about 17.5 pounds, and I decided, hey, I'm going to go back to the eDiets member event. Well, I started back eDiets hard in January, so I got back to the meal plan, the whole shooting match. So I went to the member event, met Raphael, met a lot of great people, and that was one of the best moments of my life, was going to that member event, meeting Raphael, and he set me up with a meal plan, and I've been busting my can for the past 18 months.
And you know, one of my favorite parts of the day, of course, were the giveaways and the raffles that we had. We gave some exciting stuff. I was going to say great. I just stopped myself. I think you should be pretty impressed. We had Runners Depot gift certificates. We had our eDiets baskets that were bags that were filled with good stuff, over $200. We had Lady of America fitness memberships that we gave out, which were over $450. So we had a bunch of stuff that we were able to give to our members.
Want to do it? A 1-year membership valued at $450 to Lady of America Fitness.
There you go. Congratulations. We have a $25 gift card to Runners Depot.
Superfoods. I had the pleasure to introduce Dr. Stephen G. Pratt, who has written the book Superfoods RX, as well as many others. He gave a wonderful presentation on all the different superfoods that you should include daily.
Yep.
Talking about superfoods today, and I'm going to actually talk a lot about how these foods relate to weight control, because that's obviously we're here for the diets. So we're going to start off with the first superfood, which is oats. Now this is oat bran. This is a very good cereal here. Very low, and remember most superfoods are low in calories and they're nutrient dense, high in water. It's a nutrient dense, calorie sparse food, which again fills you up before you get too heavy. This has a lot of fiber as well. Now this is a great way to help lose weight, keep weight off, because remember, fiber fills you up. So this has the rind of the pomegranate plus the seeds, whereas nobody can eat the rind of the pomegranate, it's hard as a rock, you can drape your teeth off. But you can have this. So for men, if you want to lower your risk for prostate cancer, have about 4 ounces per day. For women, breast cancer. For men and women both, cardiovascular disease. And the good news is this helps to stabilize collagen in our skin, which is the matrix or the backbone of skin. So if you want to avoid sags and things like that, as you get no saggy skin, pomegranate juice helps to do that. There's no excuse not to get greens in your diet. All you have to do is go to the store. They've already washed it, they've prepared it, you can buy it organic or non-organic. So I tell people the best way to control, to decrease your risk for cancer, heart disease, eye disease, blindness from being older, is spinach. Everybody's superfood, dark chocolate. Anybody here not like chocolate? Very rare. The hook here is that not only is this good for you, but anybody in the room not interested in how their skin looks? When's the last time you looked in the mirror and say, oh, my skin looks good or bad? The best way to control, or help, one of the best ways to control how your skin looks is to have a serving of dark chocolate every day. Because I do a lot of cosmetic surgery, and I can tell you right now, if you do a great, beautiful job of cosmetic surgery, but you pay no attention to the skin, lousy skin, nice surgical result, they still don't look very good. People don't look so good. So again, this is like an SPF sunscreen. This increases your skin's ability to block the damaging light rays from sunlight, which of course in this California and here in Florida is a very important thing. You double the blood flow to the skin by dark chocolate, you double the hydration. As you get older, you'll notice that your skin gets drier and drier. Well, one way to double the hydration naturally, besides just putting creams and ointments on your skin, is to have dark chocolate in your meal. Now you've got to use portion control, because obviously you sit down and have 5 candy bars, I don't care how good it is for you, you're going to gain weight because it's just not the way to do. When I was on the Oprah show, we talked about portion control, and I held up my hand. I said, Oprah, you can have a handful of nuts every day. And then she put her hand next to mine. She said, well, my hand's half your size. I get 2 handfuls. I said, no, don't work that way. You're not as big as I am, so you only get 1 handful. But again, you got to control portion. So you take off your portion, which is only 120 calories in this Superfoods candy bar. And that's not a lot of calories. And you put the other part of it back in the fridge or someplace else. You don't sit down with the whole candy bar because you're going to eat it.
Hot Dance Lab. Watch this demo. dance company from Miami, Florida, got the entire crowd up on their feet, excited and motivated, inspired. I was dancing, Pam was dancing, we had E-Diet's employees dancing. This place was going wild.
Very pleased to be here with you guys. And this demonstration is not just from us. We want you to get up from your seats and change your booties with us. So please move your seats, get up, and start dancing. Right? Let me see everybody. Come and join me.
And to wrap up the day at the end, we had an exciting expert. Who was it?
Jillian Michaels. Jillian Michaels, obviously famous from The Biggest Loser. Woo! You talk about an exciting and intoxicating end to the day.
That crowd had they were excited to see her. They wouldn't stop.
That crowd was on their feet. I mean, she really spent a lot of time with discussion, QA, book signing, didn't leave till the last person had their question answered.
And the audience had a lot of questions for her, and we had a lot of females in the audience that really related with her, especially, with her success on the show this year, with the woman being the Biggest Loser contestant and winner. And, she really, no holds barred. There was some questions that were asked to her, and she just kind of gave it to them. Some of those answers were a little harsh, but I think exactly what some of, the audience needed. And she had a really caring nature, though, and very, very down to earth.
Absolutely.
For you to work out. I mean, you're doing the show, you're running around. I'm an anomaly. You just said, how could you go back to being a trainer at 30 and you're a trainer at 34? I became a trainer 6 months ago, a personal trainer, and I'm 43. My question is, I'm teaching classes and I'm personal training people, and at the end of the day, I am really too tired. Where do I fit in? Because I still have 30 pounds to transfer. I should never say lose because I don't know what it's going to turn into. But I have no time to do it. So where do you, because you're like what we all want to look like.
I struggle with this a lot, actually, on the show. And I would say, I would go through, Bob would always find the time because he actually loves to work out. He gets up at 5 in the morning and he does it. And I was like, this is just... not acceptable. I'm sorry. He's one of those weirdos. You know what I mean? Which is fine, and God bless him. And I love him for that, and he's definitely helped me appreciate fitness in a different way. But with that said, I really did go through a rough period, and I'll tell you, here's what happened. I wasn't training myself. I was working, and I mean, non-stop. I would get up first thing in the morning. I would go out to set. I was there all day long. All night long, I'd put them to bed, I would dream about them all night long. I'm not kidding, I'd dream about them. It was sick. It would never stop. And I was like, this is insane. To the point where in the last year, I'm the person who never gets hurt, separated my shoulder, sprained my wrist, broke a finger, broke a toe, got bronchitis for 2 months. My back started hurting, and I was like, okay, God, so what's up? Because settle down. I was like, it's like Final Destination. Like, he's going to get me. It was ridiculous. And I realized that I wasn't taking care of myself. I finally just started to set boundaries. And what I do now is I know that my people are fine. I have to release a little bit of control. And I say, okay, guys, you have an hour of cardio, and I'll be here at 11. I get up at 9, have a quick protein bar, do my hour-long workout, and go out to set. Or I'll work out with them. I'll take clients, back in the day when I was training, I would get my workout in first before I scheduled anything. And the show made me it was such a different animal that I completely lost that. It's not good for you.
It's cotton. I'm a radio DJ, so I'm on the air at the crack of dawn. Yeah. So I'm up out of bed on a regular day, 4:30 in the morning. Yeah. I get out of work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I go home. I do the mom thing.
What time is your first client?
Usually, 3 days a week I have somebody at 3 o'clock. Otherwise I have somebody at 3:30. So I have like an hour and a half of window, which I can do mom or do training, and that whole people pleasing thing. I know where I'd be doing it. Oh, they're not babies.
They're not babies?
No, it's a 19-year-old. But hear me.
The 19-year-old probably doesn't even want to see you. I have an 18-year-old brother who never wants to see me. He's like, oh God, you're calling me. What is it? You're kidding me right now.
No, I'm not kidding. I have a husband who works 4 to midnight, so I have to make sure dinner is ready to leave with him.
19. Can handle it.
No. My husband goes 4 to midnight. My 19-year-old is at work, so she comes over. So basically, dinner has to be waiting for people.
No, it doesn't. Oh, leave alone. It's 17. What are you talking about? No, 19. It's only a 4-year-old. I'm going to be like, put him in the stroller, do mommy and me. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? 19-year-olds, they want to see you. 19. No. She can figure it out. She's 19 years old. Don't enable her. Let her take care of herself. The husband's a grown man. He can take care of himself. You need to take care of yourself. You need to push yourself first. You can teach your children the way to teach yourself. If you want your daughter to never have time for herself, then set a better example for her and put yourself first. And when you're strong and you're great, rock and roll. She will be too. Thank you. There's just no excuse for this one.
I'm so glad I don't have to train with you afterwards.
I think what we really took away from the day, and our audience too, is that you have to have every piece to the puzzle. You've got to have nutrition, you've got to have the fitness, you've got to have the motivation. And that's really, as we were talking about before, what we tried to bring from you from what we have online, offline.
That's exactly right. And people had the opportunity to meet in person. There's a lot of communication that goes on with eDiet support boards, but here people were meeting each other, eDiet's members and non-members, sharing their experiences, their motivations, their ups, their downs. And that's what made it so powerful. Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us on our podcast today. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
I was out there doing this.